Hello, hey guys, and welcome to TOC Christmas Pajama Talk. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm excited to be here. I just rewatched last week's episode. It was intense. I also tried to find my moo. I think my husband threw it away. Like there was I can't find it. So you have a little bit of a new pajama tonight. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where it is. But I am so excited to see you guys tonight. May be getting Bucko. We may not. He may be doing some emceeing, so he hopefully we'll get him. Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Hello, doing good.
Hey, and hey, Lori. How are you? I can't find my moo. I think my husband threw it away.
Well, I'm still at work, so.
Oh, well then you can't wear your moo at work. But
Well, I could. Nobody would notice at this point because it's me, but
well, okay. How are you doing? Are you doing good?
Yep, doing good. It's
Okay.
looking forward to the weekend, but doing good.
Yeah, me too. It's almost the weekend. We're almost there, guys. Okay, can you believe if okay, obviously Matt is going to join us if he can. But if you were going to sum up last week's TOC in one word, what would you say?
Oh my gosh. Nerve-wracking.
I think that's an amazing word. I think nail biting, nerve wracking. Can we just say tie? Tie the first week. I don't want to give any spoilers. We'll give spoilers in a second. But a tie the first week with a number one seed, I can't. Okay, well, I am so excited. As you guys know, this is TOC. So what's a little bit different about this TOC is they're doing teams. And I think what did you think overall about the teams that competed this week? I mean, we had Jack and Ashley. We had oh my god, we had so many. I have Amanda and Aaron. We had, we had just I would just say Justin Warner's not one of them. God, we had so much. Okay, well, what did you think of them overall?
I thought they were pretty evenly matched. I found it interesting with the Tobias and Marcel
Marcel.
versus Shirley and Sherry because they had one team member that was 100% and then the
Yeah,
other team member was, not quite. So I think that
right.
was a fair pairing for a
Yeah.
competition, but
You said fair or unfair?
fair.
Fair. I
I
agree with you on that. Yeah.
Because Shirley isn't quite up to 100% as far as like her
Yeah.
taste buds, which she admitted to, and that was when I was going through my cancer. That was one
Yeah.
of the fears of losing my taste, because that can
Yeah.
happen. I got lucky, and then
Yeah.
Tobias obviously is not quite 100% either, but
Mhm.
I think that was a fair balancing of talent. I
Yeah.
mean, they had what 40. I'm looking at my notes now.
It was, yeah, I mean, it was like, I think it was within just a few points. I mean, it was very, art, was it Artie? No,
It was, well, the sweet tide.
was it
The
sweet? Okay.
savory was 45 to 39, so the
Yeah.
savory on theirs did it. So the clams casino with the chorizo.
Oh my God, that looks so good. Oh my gosh. Well, I agree. I think that what was so interesting, but the one that I didn't think would be as evenly matched as it was, I know we're going to talk about them each individually, but was with that last one with, Iron Chef AG. Wait, I'll get to that because of great, Iron Chef AG, we have Alex Granachelli versus, oh my gosh, we had,
It was
isn't that
Artie and
Chris? Is
Krista
it Chris?
versus Antonia and Alex.
The fact that that ended in a tie, like I mean, in a half point difference, like I think if you were gonna not win a battle, coming that close, like that, like they even said, is winning. And Mama Burchell said I was worried about her losing her taste buds too. I believe that she said that the first thing that came back was the sweet, and then I
Yeah,
think the last thing was coming back was the savory and the salt. I think that was
right.
what she was still having some issues with.
Yeah, well, and it's hard to
Yeah,
dial it in because it took her almost 2 years. So just getting the bounces back in your brain because you know what you expect
yeah,
it to taste like, and then the shuffling again. I got lucky.
yeah.
I love food, and that was one of the concerns that my husband and I had was that,
Was
what
it?
if I
It was
can't
gonna affect
taste?
it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a deal, but man, she's a
Yeah.
fighter.
I
She is,
mean, is stage four tongue cancer. I mean,
yeah,
and then obviously, the other component. So it was
Tobias
Tobias, like coming back from that accident. I mean, that
shooting.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 11 times, 12 times, and then them saying like they didn't know if he was going to walk again. I
Yeah.
mean, the way that he responded to that win. I mean, I think we all felt, and I mean, it could have gone either way, but okay, let's start with Jet and Ashley versus, I know, because there's so many good ones. What I love about TOC is each challenge is interesting in its own way. So we had Jet and Ashley. We've loved Jet every single time. I believe you had him to win last time, or was it
Hmm.
Matt? Was it okay?
I did.
Yeah, so we have Jen and Ashley, we had Amanda and Aaron. I love, oh my gosh, that matchup was incredible. I do want to do just a really quick overview. Okay, so they called, I have my notes. So they called Amanda. Oh, Amanda and Aaron have coached together for many years. I think that they said they had known each other for 30 years or something.
Yeah, about, because
30?
they're both from New York area, I
Yeah.
think.
And just for you guys who don't know, so Jet has been in the finale or the final four for the last four for TOCs for the last four TOCs. And Ashley was a chopped champion. She was also the winner of Next Great Baker. And they called her the Sugar Monster, which I thought was
Yeah,
cute.
that's her handle is Sugar Monster with two R's.
Is it okay? That's really
Yeah.
cute. I like that. And then they had Amanda and Aaron. Um, they called him the Wild Man. I love guys. Guys' nicknames always make me laugh. So he had won the best Latin American restaurant from Time Out New York. So I mean, among a lot of things, that's just one of his accolades. And then obviously Jet has opened like 20 restaurants. I mean, it's the Jetster. We love
Well,
Jetster.
Jet has, I think, 4 or 5 world records too. So
And didn't he say he was nominated for an Emmy or he won an Emmy or something?
he was nominated for an Emmy for Ready Set Jet.
I love that. Okay, so he has, I mean, this was an amazing pairing. Okay, so I got to talk to you about the randomizer. One of the things you've always said on this TOC Talks is the randomizer, excuse me, is the greatest equalizer. Okay, so they're doing a little bit different this time. They have a savory dish that they have to, or a savory item they have to include, a sweet item they have to include. And then they have the equipment, the style, and the wild card they have to use for both, which I mean, I can't wait to hear your opinion. They had some crazy matchups. Okay, so for this one, they spun the randomizer of top sirloin, honey crisp apples, metal skewers, poached, and then canned pumpkin. When that came on the randomizer, what was the first thing you thought?
Oh, I would have done probably a top sirloin stuffed Honeycrisp for the savory, maybe wrap it in bacon, metal
You were gonna
skewers.
stuff the apple with the
Yeah,
sirloin?
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
then maybe with
That
the
would have been good.
skewers.
Yeah,
You could do anything with the skewers. I liked the idea that Jet had of using that as part of the presentation
yeah,
because again, as you said, the visual of seeing it there, it
yeah,
automatically connects it with the points. So,
yeah,
canned pumpkin, that's so versatile. You could do that in a sauce or in a
yeah,
cream or whatever. It just blends in. So it just adds a little bit of body and a little bit more flavor.
yeah.
So maybe do like a brown gravy with the canned pumpkin to turn the honey crisp into a savory with the top sirloin. Think like a meatloaf stuffed apple.
Yeah. Ooh,
And
okay.
then
Yeah,
for
because they
this,
said that the top storyline itself it has like a really distinct flavor, and then the
right.
Honeycrisp apples they said they're sweet and tart.
Yeah.
I'm not a big apple person to be honest. I mean, I'll eat them. I
Cheese
like
and
apple
apples.
pie. Yeah, cheese and apples. But it, I think that it would be nice. Like, I think my kids really like Honey's Crisp apples, so I think I could try some of these things, maybe. And I've definitely, when I was learning to cook with the metal skewers, I did learn the hard way that when you touch a metal skewer on a grill, they are hot. And I burned the ever living daylights when I was like, I think it was like in seventh grade, out of my hands because I grabbed the skewers. Yes, it is as bad as you think it was. And it was on the middles of my hands, and I will never make that mistake again. But yeah, so I mean, I'm very familiar with the metal skewers. Poached I thought was really interesting because again, poached, they said, obviously we're used to poaching eggs, but they had the different ways of poaching. So they poached the apples. They poached a lot. And
Yeah,
then,
they poached the one in where's it? Where's my notes? They poached
yeah,
the one of the things in bacon, or in butter,
yeah,
and
I think that was Jet. I mean, I could be wrong. I think that was Jet.
pork skewers and fat. So yeah, so
Yeah.
almost like a confit, but fried
Yeah. Well, it's
almost.
okay. Well, yeah, so with this one, so we're going to go into that as well. But then we obviously saw Chef Tiffany Faison and Chef Justin Warner were back. It was on my notes. I wanted to get that. That I love seeing them. I mean, it's always great to see them again. Okay, we got to get into battle. Okay, so you were right. So so Aaron, Amanda grinded the meat. Is that how you would have handled the top sirloin? Like to me, I would have. I mean, again, more of a beginner chef, obviously. Like I would have done like the steak chips, like like steak tips
Yeah, more
again.
cubit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
cubit. Yeah,
maybe if they had like, I want to call it kind of like a sushi or sashimi where they slice it
yeah.
really thin for a tartare kind of situation,
They
like a
could have gone.
carpaccio, and treat it like a carpaccio. That would work.
Okay, that actually could have been really interesting. I think. I hope we do see a tartar because we saw several. I think in the
Yeah,
last TOC, I think there were like three tartars that we saw. It was just like wow. Okay, so we did with Aaron and Amanda. They did a chicken, I'm sorry, a chili poblano. Oh, they did do it with the skewers, and then they said she did like a marshmallow on a skewer. She poached the apples. You were right, and then she did like a cranberry caramel. That
yeah.
is a combination I have. Have you had caramel and cranberry together? I've never had the combination.
I have not,
It's
but Thanksgiving giving is coming, so.
Okay, if you find something, let me know because I am now going to look for a cranberry caramel because I love caramel and I love cranberry. It's like
Well, I
my
do have a
favorite.
cranberry curd recipe, so I'm thinking to do that to go on top of it with some fresh whipped cream, maybe.
Oh, stop. That sounds so good. Okay, you have to let me know how that goes. Well, and then so Jack came on, he was doing like he grinded the meat. He did a kefta. A kefta? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Kefta?
Yeah. Yes.
I kefta, and I wrote down what that was, and it
It's
says a
basically
meat
like a
mold.
long meatball on a stick.
Meatball on a stick. I like that. Yeah, it said meat molded onto a skewer. I liked that. And then Ashley did those apple fritters, which, in my opinion, saved the round. Do you think that the apple fritters were what saved Jet and Ashley? I know I hate saying that because it's like
Yes,
we
because
love Chef Jet.
his sauce was too salty. But I
Yeah,
disagree with how she used the skewers to do the apples and oranges. Instead of putting them on the
yeah,
grill
yeah,
to grill them, I would have just put them in the oven real quick because that would have made them softer faster. It just had to be on a skewer. It didn't have
yeah,
to be grilled.
yeah.
Or they could have put them on the skewer and poached them in
I,
like white wine or
yeah.
something.
I think I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think that what you were kind of going off of was basically it was like they really take that randomizer seriously, and it's like they're
Right.
trying to use it as many times as possible. But I agree with you. I didn't particularly like the presentation of that one, to be absolutely honest. I didn't think it needed to be on the skewer, um, but I understand why she did it. I mean, it made sense to me. Okay, so Jet did the poached garlic and onion harissa. Harissa, no, harissa, you've told me in the past. That's a spice, correct? It's like a
Right.
really, is it from Africa? Is it an
Yeah.
African spice?
There's
Okay.
green and red.
Okay, so he did that, and then it was like a pumpkin hummus. And I mean, if I could live on one food, it's hummus. I love hummus so much. I love it so. And so he did that, and then the filling with so was it her fritters? She was a little worried that they were not done all the way, so she injected them with I think it was the cream to
Yeah.
slightly because they were underdone. Is that something that a technique that you've used before?
Oh yeah.
Y- So what does it
You
do
can cover up a
exactly?
multitude of sins with either like filling it or glazing it with something.
Does it make it cook or does it just make it taste better? Like
Well,
is
okay,
there a
so think
purpose?
it turns a fritter into like a filled donut.
Mm.
So
I'm starting to
if
like donuts. I'm in trouble because I started liking them. I hadn't really had them growing up, and I started liking them, and I was like, we're in trouble.
my
Okay.
dad made them in the wintertime, so that was like we knew it was fall when dad would start making donuts for our family movie night.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, now what did you think about the judges this week? So obviously we had the James Beard winner, and I'm going to say one of their accolades. So obviously there are so many others. Michelle Bernstein. We had the Emmy and James Beard Award winner Ming Tsai, who is one of my favorite chefs of all time. Love him. And then best-selling author, which I don't think is the only thing that he's done, but Curtis Stone, who we like on, isn't he on Crime Scene Kitchen? I think he's on Crime Scene Kitchen.
Maybe.
I think he
I
is. I
haven't
think he's
watched
one of the
that one
judges.
much.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I think he's on Crime Scene Kitchen. So we have those three. What did you think of them?
Um,
Yeah.
I like Curtis and Michelle. I think Michelle's a little bit too picky, but I think this is the first time judging on this, so
Yeah.
it's the first day jitters. Ming
Yeah.
can be hit or miss as far as judging goes.
Yeah.
If I was competing, I would not want Ming to be my judge because he's either wish-washy or kind of goes which way the wind flows. He's not as consistent as some of the other judges.
You know,
But
I
I
think
mean, that's
I
just my
mean,
viewpoint.
and that's why I love having you. Again, we welcome all viewpoints on here. So I really love that. And I understand what you're saying. I do think I would want him. Again, I'm the kind that it's like if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose and I'm gonna get, the stricter the better. So to me, I've admired him for so many years. Like I would love for him, to judge me, but I did see a little bit that wishy-washy that you're talking about. So I understand where you're coming from on that. I do think I was actually more surprised with Curtis because I know Curtis can be very, very. Um, I felt like he was a lot stricter than I thought. I've seen him in the past, which I actually really enjoyed. And then never seen Chef Michelle, so it was a definite. It was new to me. I liked the way that she judged. I think she had some really funny moments. She said some humorous things like, "Oh, I really don't like fruitcake," and it's like, "Oh, great!" when they had I thought that was really fun. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Okay, and so I really would like to talk to you. Okay, so they had, um, okay, wow, Chili's on Nagata was going to be Aaron and Amanda's dish. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. Hopefully, I am. And they called it Christmas style. Then they had the roasted poblano stuffed with sirloin. They had the canned pumpkin walnut, apple and pumpkin tart. And so main side said he didn't help from the puree. There wasn't help from the puree. Apple seemed like a second thought. Is that what we were kind of saying where it was kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
As I was looking at my notes real quick.
Well, while you're looking, I know that you had mentioned this as well, but Chris, that's not right. Curtis had the same kind of feeling you did. The apples were too soft on the skewer that
Yeah.
maybe they could have done that, but it did bring in the flavor. So
Yeah, I think again, the apple is one of those either you want it a little crunchy or you want
yeah,
it like soft like in an apple pie.
yeah,
And especially in competition, they only have 35 minutes, so it's kind of hard when you have so many things moving
yeah,
to monitor every little bit. And again, this is the
yeah,
opening season jitters, so hopefully the ones that they
yeah,
work it out, whether it's the judging or the competitors.
yeah,
Um, However, they did say that the slaw worked well in the dish for
yeah.
Jet and Ashley, which, I mean, slaw is really good to cut through spice and fat
Yeah.
too.
Okay. So that one was the kefta kebabs, the hummus, the pumpkin
Right,
hummus, and you said it was like a roasted fritter with pineapple relish. I think it
right.
was a slaw, but I don't remember. Was it Jeff that made the slaw?
Yeah, Jet and
Okay.
Ashley made the slaw. And then for Amanda and
Yeah.
Aaron, they liked that there was a ton of flavor. And
Yeah.
theirs actually was one that there was not much help from the bottom puree. So they both did a puree.
Yeah.
And Jet's was too salty, and it sounds like Amanda and Aaron's was kind of like an afterthought
It was
or
just,
flavorless. It didn't complement the dish.
when
So
they said salty, I really want your initial reaction. I mean, I went, "Oh God, that's the end of Jet. Like that's Jet's gone." Like I thought he was done. How did you react when they said, "Oh, this dish"? I think it was not one but two said it was too salty.
yeah, I was really surprised. They only lost Savory by 1 point though, so
Yeah.
there were other factors that played into it. I think the fact that
Yeah.
the chicken powder. I think I'm not sure if it's like actual chicken powder, if it's like chicken
Mhm.
bouillon, because that would add a lot of salt too. Again, when you use a salty
Yeah.
ingredient, you have to cut back another. I would love to get the recipe for the poached onion and garlic harissa because
Yes. Didn't that
that
sound
sounded
good?
delicious.
Oh my God, that's so good. I have to tell you a really funny story. Sorry, this is like a 1 second story. It's about getting okay. When I was on Worst Cooks in America, the first thing I made was a chicken, and I thought chicken or stock had salt in it. And so I went up there and I was presenting my chicken dish to Chef Ann. And I said, "Oh, I think I put, I didn't think about the salt content of the chicken salt or chicken stock, excuse me." And she's like, there's not." And then I was like, "Oh, I just put too much salt." I will always remember that. So it's so funny when you're talking about the chicken
Bouillon.
thank you. Sometimes my words don't come. Bouillon.
Bouillon.
It's so funny because it's like I do know that it has a little bit more of that salt content, because it's obviously I just think of that chicken soup where it's just very like very sodium filled, very like heavy. So I thought that was funny. Anyway, I had to say that. Okay. So yeah, and so you were talking about that being close. So savory, it was a 39 to 38 match, and then sweet, it was 40 to 44. So basically we had Jed and Ashley pull out an 82, and then Aaron and Amanda pull out a 79. I honestly thought it would be closer. Were you surprised
I
by
was
that
hoping it would
distance?
be closer because Aaron hasn't competed in a long time. This is kind of like his comeback. So, and he's
Or
a great
oh,
chef. He's really, I mean, he knows his stuff. But
yeah.
we are dealing with the randomizer and the clock. And
Do
those
you
two
think that?
things are great equalizers. Doesn't matter how good you are,
Yeah.
the clock, it's looking over your shoulder every second. So
Well, and okay, so they had 35 minutes, and then they did. I like how Chef Guy Fieri did give them an additional 2 minutes to talk together. We've never seen that on TOC. Do you think that that gave them a lot of an advantage? I mean, I loved how they kind of put their heads together and were like, okay, how are we going to figure this out? Like, I think the 2 minutes really helped. Do you, or do you think it was just like,
no, it's very helpful because you have different
yeah,
styles. Now this week, I think we have the Talia brothers tonight. So I don't expect them to have as much discourse. It's like,
yeah,
I'm doing this, you're doing this, whatever.
yeah,
But that 2 minutes, you can cover a lot of ground. It's like, okay, you can say, I'm doing savory, I'm doing sweet.
yeah,
This is what I want to do, and get a lot more feedback because they only have 2 minutes. And if
yeah.
unless you cook together or have similar styles, you have to kind of do a little powwow to get on the same ground so that way the dishes link.
Yeah. I think it was just so interesting to give them that again, that 2 minutes where it's like I really saw some of the chefs like taking advantage of it, and some it was kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, that works, and then kind of just going. I mean, maybe those are the ones that had really worked together. I was just surprised how everyone took that 2 minutes. That was really interesting, in my opinion. Okay, we got to talk. We have to do. Okay, I know we already kind of talked about it. And I hope Bucko gets to join. Again, he's emceeing. I wish, yeah, I have the heart out at 8:30 and I'm like, no. Okay. So we had Shirley Chung, we had Sherry Yard. I had no idea Chef Sherry, the accolades that she had, the fact that she was I'm sorry, the Wolfgang Puck's, excuse me, pastry chef, head
Yep.
pastry chef for several of his restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah. I have watched her on different shows. I can't remember exactly where, but I've seen her on Food Network before, and she knows her
Yeah.
stuff.
She definitely knows her. And then obviously, like Chef Shirley, obviously Matt is a huge fan of hers. But they called her the dumpling mafia queen,
She
which
is a badass.
I mean, for first of all, to lose your sense of taste and then to come back after, obviously how devastating and hard chemo is. I mean, to come back and have the stamina to do this huge high level competition for 35 minutes, like on your feet. I mean, with all of the, oh,
Well, and then the
I,
follow-up interviews afterwards,
yeah.
and
The
yeah.
interview, oh God. I'm so glad. But I also love that they really represented cancer awareness with the pink aprons. I thought that was wonderful. Like, because obviously both were cancer, they're both in remission from cancer. So I thought that was wonderful that they really supported cancer causes by wearing the pink. I thought that was wonderful. And I like that we had Marcel. So we did 24. Did we ever do a pajama talk for the first 24 and 24? No, we
No,
did. We just
we
did it for the
never got
second one.
around to it. There was something else going on.
Yeah. So Marcel won the first 24 and 24. And I was a huge fan of him from that. He has not really, I think this was his TOC first time. Is that right? Is this his first?
No, I think it's a second.
His
So is
second?
it Carlos Anthony or Marcel?
Carlos
Which one
Anthony,
is it?
always. Carlos is going to be like, oh, come on now. Yeah, it's always been the bad boys of thing. I would say Carlos Anthony, but I really so funny. Sorry, but I really do enjoy watching Marcel. He's also fun. That was funny. Sorry, and then we have Tobias. So Tobias is the ex NFL player. I mean, he. I think of everyone in this competition surprised me the most today, just with how DAMN good he was. Yeah,
Well, and so much grit because he's struggling. He's probably hurting. If you
yeah.
look through his Instagram, he shows clips of him going through physical therapy and stuff. It's pretty impressive.
I'm gonna have to check those out. I mean, I do follow him, obviously, but like, I will definitely check them out. Like,
No,
it's
I
it.
don't scroll all day at work. I actually have a day job, but I do make time to catch up on people.
You're talking with some chicken in pajamas. Like, what are you doing? Okay, but they call them the Huncho and the Wolf, and I loved those. I mean, obviously, I'm partial to Wolf, but I mean, that's legit. Okay, we got to talk about the randomizer on this one. This one, I was nervous. I gotta say, I was nervous. The little neck clams, so they're small and sweet. The strawberries, the box grater, the glazed. was the technique, and then fruitcake, which is, again, if you don't know what fruitcake is, it's dried fruits and nuts in this cake, and apparently people hate it. How do you feel on the fruitcake?
I love fruitcake.
I don't think I've ever really had it. Does it taste good? I mean,
Well, okay, there are different types of fruitcake. There's the
okay,
aged ones. They're
okay,
basically it's a dense cake with nut and fruit, like dehydrated fruits, and it's
okay.
soaked in spirits like bourbon or
Ooh,
rum or whatever.
sounds
There
good.
are non-alcoholic versions.
Okay,
Um, so it depends which way you want to float that day, I guess.
it's
But
probably not as good, to be honest.
well, but it's also going to be drier,
Yeah.
depending on. So I think they had the drier non-alcoholic version, but that was
It
what
seemed
would
like it
make
was
a
very dry.
yeah, that would make well, and that's where they get the jokes about the bricks. So,
It did look like a
it's
brick.
it's a doorstop, and the joke about you have the family fruitcake and you just pass it along the next year to somebody else.
I love that was awesome. Okay, I have never, have you ever cooked clams casino with chorizo before?
I have not. I
I,
use chorizo quite often.
yeah, chorizo. I love chorizo. Wow. But so with him, it was like the clam on a half shell dish, and it's baked with bread and something bacon.
Hmm. Yes, I would bacon and
Oh,
breadcrumbs with some
crumb. That's
butter.
what the crumb is the word. That
Yeah,
sounds so good. It
it's
kind of seems
tasty.
like to me, it's like one of those, those when you go to like a Cajun restaurant and they have like the fried like they give you like the fried crab, and it's basically like the inside, it's kind of like a stuffing mix. In my
Right.
head, that was kind of what it would be like, but more bready. I don't know. In my head, that's what I envisioned.
Have you had clams before?
I think I've had oysters. I don't think I've had clams. They're not the same, are they?
No, they're
Okay.
they can be overcooked really easy, so they're rubbery if you cook them too
Oh.
much. But I mean,
Yeah, I've had oysters.
they're
I don't think I've had clams. I've had scallops and oysters. I don't think I've had clams.
you would know if you had clams. But
Yeah, I
it's
don't
a
think I have.
really tasty dish. So
Are those the ones, or the oysters the ones you squeeze lemon on?
you squeeze lemon on almost any
Oh,
bivalve. So
I think I've done that with oysters. I liked oysters. I thought they were pretty good, and definitely I love scallops. Now I have to try clams. Dang it, Michelle! You're gonna make me try more food. Okay. Okay, so we had, I mean, that was just crazy. Like he did the clams casino. He did do I'm not gonna be able to say this, a fish brittle glaze. And then they did a strawberry fruitcake ice cream. We saw a lot of ice cream.
oh
How did you
darn.
think? Oh, are you a big fan of ice cream?
Yeah, I will eat almost any flavor of ice cream at any point.
Are you really?
I love ice cream.
I will say that's one that I will pass on. I mean, I'll have it. I'm just not a big ice cream fan.
So
Yeah.
a year ago, Van
Yeah.
Leeuwen came out with a dill pickle ice cream, and they had was
Interesting.
it Dijon mustard, and then they also came out with a Kraft mac and cheese ice
How
cream,
were
which
they?
actually was pretty good.
I don't know. It's like I can't really. I have a little bit of issues with like milk. I'm a little lactosey. So maybe that's it. I don't know if I would try. I mean, I would actually try any of them, but I don't know if I would.
I
Pickle
don't know
ice
that you would
cream,
like them.
I
The
would
the
try them.
the Dijon one
Yeah.
was good if as long as you didn't assume that it was like brown sugar or something because it has a swirl of like the Dijon in there. But
Oh,
the only ice cream I don't think I'd eat would be was that on Iron Chef. Alton said he had trout ice cream once. I don't know about
I don't.
that.
I think it might be too fishy. I like fish, but it might just be too pungent.
That's a weird disconnect.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
But I
know.
think the strawberry fruitcake ice cream would be really good because you've got the texture in there from the
Yeah.
fruitcake,
Yeah.
and it would complement the strawberries. I don't know about the oh,
The brittle.
freezing the strawberries and then putting the caramel over the top. That would
Did
be
you see how we used the liquid nitrogen? That
yeah.
was like you didn't agree with that.
I don't. Well, the fact you grated, I think that's better, but
Yeah.
I think they had too many elements in the dessert because you have
Yeah.
strawberries, you have the fish caramel, which
Yeah.
have went with the ice cream well, but
I
then
think
you
it was
also,
smart.
but
Yeah.
then the strawberries underneath the caramel, I think that was like an additional. They were just trying to
Yeah.
push the randomizer a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't think it tied the dish together very well.
Yeah, I think by using that fish, it was trying to be like, oh, clams, fish. Like, I get it. I don't. I think that's one thing that I would have changed, but I don't. I personally don't know what I would have put in place of it. But yeah. But then we have okay. So we had Shirley. Are you ready to talk Shirley? Okay. So she did the. All right. So she box graded the aromatics, which I thought was really interesting. Then let's see. Oh wait, she was talking. I did right. The first thing that came back was her sweet, her sugar. So that's something that I was glad that she obviously kind of was like because Sherry is like the queen of pastries and so I'm glad that Sherry did the sugar part. But yeah, I'm glad that sugar is like that's my one of my favorites. I'm such a sweet tooth. I love sugar. Like it's too much. I love it too much. But they did a pain perdu, which is really funny because in French that means lost bread. Like perdu is lost, and pain is obviously bread. But they said it's French toast, only it's however expensive the restaurant is.
Yep.
Have you had? Obviously, you've had French toast, but have you ever had pain perdu?
Yes.
What did you think of the difference? I mean, could you
It's the
really
same
tell?
dish, it's just what you call it. Tomato,
I thought it.
tomato. Do you want to sound fancy or are you hungry?
I mean, is it $10 more? It sounds like it would be. Okay, and then they had okay. We had the fruit cake. Let's see here. The there was garlic in there. There was breadcrumbs. There was fennel. Okay, so was it Tobias that did the the mixed green salad, or it was
Yeah.
kind of like the? I think that that was incredibly smart. Having it was like the fennel, the green onion salad in the center.
Right.
What did you think about that?
I think that's smart because it's going to
Yeah.
cut through the chorizo and the bacon.
Hmm.
And fennel goes whether it's fresh or roasted or fried. Goes so well
Yeah.
with so many dishes that people think because of the faint licorice taste. It
Yeah.
it just kind of swims in the middle of everything. So I think that was a good choice.
Do you think licorice is something that technically goes with seafood? Is that a combination a lot of people like? I don't
You
know.
know,
I'm gonna do more research,
I
but I
think
don't
it's
know.
one of those discussions that can start an argument. Um, to me, it would with again the clams are such a lighter flavor, so it
Yeah.
could accent it really well. Depends.
Yeah.
Um, and some people don't like anise or black licorice, so it's that
No.
fine line, and you have to use a deft touch. But
Yeah.
a fennel saw, like any saw, is going to cut through fat, and chorizo definitely has a lot of fat.
Does it have light? It sure does. It sure does. I just came from we had a party, one of the kids went to a birthday party and they had chorizo and they used it was like cheek in the chorizo. It was like chorizo, but it had cheek in it, like beef
Cabeza.
cheek. It was yeah, is that what it is? It was really good. I don't know. It was
If it's
really
done well, oh my goodness.
it was amazing. One of the things I love about living in San Antonio is I literally go to these parties and I'm like, don't tell me what it is, just put it on my plate and I eat the best food. But they did tell me it was cheek and I was like, oh, it was really good. Okay, and then we did okay, I didn't know this, but Shirley has actually beat Marcel on TOC. I didn't realize that she had competed before.
Hmm.
Chef Shirley. So she has beaten Marcel. So he must have competed before because they said he beat him. And then he used the liquid nitrogen. Again, we kind of already touched on that. I think it's really cool when you really bring out the kitchen gadgets. I think it gets people excited about cooking. And you said that you were iffy on the liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, well, it depends on how they're going to use it. Where they took the frozen strawberries and grated them, that was a good
Yeah.
use of it. But I mean, it's you're going to have rock hard strawberries otherwise.
I think it was very interesting. Like again, I like we just said, like I like using those different kitchen things. Okay, so I will say that I liked Marcel's plate the best, to be honest, of all of them. I always, in my head, I'm always like, okay, which plate did I like the best? I really liked, I think it was Amanda's the first round. I liked Marcel's the second round. And okay, so we got the things from the judges. All right. So the glaze on the clams, you're going to guess which person this is. It glazed on the clams. They did say the glaze was too salty and they wanted more clams. Was that one for Shirley's or was that for,
That was Shirley's because the
okay.
soy glaze was too salty, and they were
Yeah.
miso or sake steamed clams.
Yeah.
Um, the fruitcake crumble was great, but there were only 3 clams per plate. And Curtis goes, "I'm a big guy. I want more than 3 clams."
But okay, in their defense, that's a lot. I mean, like three clams are, you only have 35 minutes. I I stick up for them. I think three clams is enough. Would you have put more clams on your plate?
Um, I would maybe
Yeah.
have aimed for four, just because that gives a little bit more. And actually, I would have tried to come up with a way to like toast some of the fruitcake, like slice it thin and
Ooh.
toast it, so it's like a dip, so you could scoop
Like
with
kind of like they
the
use chips, kind of like as a dip.
yeah with the
Ooh.
clams.
Oh, I like that. They also said that they thought the fruitcake really helped the dish, which I think that is really telling. I think that that's really using the randomizer and using that fruitcake. I felt that that was like a definite plus in their direction. And they loved the pan perdu, and they said it was not too sweet, which is, I mean, I've had French toast when it is too sweet, and you're just like, I can't do this. No. And then obviously with the next tarbias is the fennel clams and the chorizo. It works. I underlined that three times. It was like a delicate sweet. These are all of their notes. Like a delicate sweet. The dessert really was well, but they also said it was really sweet. And Ming Tsai did not agree. So I believe it was Chef Michelle said it was too sweet, and Ming Tsai
Right.
said it was not. It was the good amount of sweet.
Well, that's a dessert, so I mean, she could be expecting more of a European or lighter style sweet
Yeah.
versus Americans like bring on the sugar. So
Yeah, or even a tart, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, and then and then I'm sorry, was it Curtis that it was a triumph with the clam dish? I mean, if you're gonna get anything, that's a really dang good compliment. Oh my gosh. And this one I was very shocked about the difference. So we had 39 to 45 and then 40 to 40. So the desserts tied. So this all came down to the savory dish. And obviously, we had Chef Marcel and Chef Tobias came out with the victory with an 85 to 79. But okay, how did you feel about their exits though? I thought it was okay, in my opinion, I thought it was so wonderful. I think that what did you feel?
I don't know. I think it was kind of a win for both teams because
Yeah.
the team member that was struggling basically overcoming. They both were
Mhm.
overcoming.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say other than I can't wait till they're both back up to speed because, as you said, 35 minutes is a long time.
I would love to see Chef Tobias and Chef Shirley go head to head, like in another TOC challenge, like the ones where it's for the belt.
Right.
That would be that would be one to watch. I felt like I 100%. I usually do, but I truly agree with what you're saying because again, having Chef Shirley step back into the arena, into the cooking arena, having seeing Sherry competing after all of these years of being a bad A, and cooking for some of the best, seeing Marcel really, win his first TOC challenge, like that was great. And then the way that Chef Tobias, one of the things that I've noticed in the past TOCs is he gets so emotional and
Hmm.
it's like when he wins, it's great, but when he loses, it's devastating. And it's just like he
Yeah.
takes it to such heart, and just him sobbing was just like I think there wasn't a dry eye. I think it was so fantastic just to see him. I think he could go all the way. I really
Well,
do.
I just get the feeling like he feels he has imposter syndrome sometimes,
Yeah,
and he wears his heart on his sleeve with that. It's like you're at this level. You're at the
45 to
you're at the
39.
top level of chefs right now.
Hmm.
And but I get it. We're all human. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it was very emotional. I'm sure if I'd been in the audience, everybody's like passing the Kleenex around.
it was so sweet. Okay, we have to talk about the final one. This one, I was shocked. I was surprised. I was shocked. I have nothing but admiration for all four chefs. So we had the Mamba Jambas. We had Chef Antonia. I don't know if they've ever told it. And then Chef ICAG versus Chef Krista and Chef Arthi. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. I think if anyone should be proud of themselves from this round, it should be Chef Krista and Chef Arthi. Like, holy moly. They, within a half of a point, I know we're going to talk about it, within a half of a point of those women, holy moly. I mean,
yeah.
how did you, I mean, I know we'll talk about all of it, but like overall, how did you think that this battle was going to go? Did you think it was going to be a total blowout? Did you think it would be as close as it was?
I didn't think it was going to be as close as it was, but Artie is just, I mean, she's the dancing spice queen.
Yeah.
And Krista has an axe to grind a little bit, kind of like Britt, of almost,
Yeah.
almost. So, I mean, it's kind of good that they're paired together, but I was really
Yeah.
shocked that it was that close.
Tie on everything, but I think it was the savory was a half point
Yeah.
difference. Not even a full point, a
And I think it
half
was
point.
taste. They go to
No,
the taste.
no, they did all of it. So it was all of them were the same, and they said, "Oh, the savory taste." I think the savory
Yeah.
taste was the thing. Yeah, yeah. But the sweet taste was the same. The savory taste was that half point difference. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Okay, so we have to talk about the randomizer. So they had the whole chicken. I know this one was crazy. The whole, I was gonna say wild chicken, the whole chicken, a navel orange, a toaster, peppery and chestnuts. Peppery and chestnuts and toaster, to me, that just makes sense. I don't think that that was too crazy. But then whole chicken in 35 minutes, how would you have handled a whole chicken? Would you have broken it down? Would you have done,
I probably
yeah.
would have done pressure cook it and then put it under the salamander to get it crisp.
Ooh, would you have spatchcocked it?
Um, no, because I think
Yeah.
spatchcock, even though it cooks more evenly and faster, I
Okay.
think it looks like a dumpy old lady. It just
I'm
makes me
gonna
giggle
look at those again now.
every time I spatchcock a turkey or a chicken, it just makes me giggle. Just it looks so silly.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so yeah, no, I definitely would have done the fried chicken. I love my kick and chicken recipe from Worst Cooks. I mean, not mine. It's obviously Chef Ann's, but now it's the work the Food Network's Chef Ann's kick and chicken recipe from Worst Cooks. But I love it. We had that mustard when she said that she put mustard on that fried chicken. I was like, I know she did because that's the best way to do it. A little bit of mustard. It's like
It
the
works on
secret.
lamb too, by the way.
Well, there was lamb in it.
No, I did lamb last night. I put use mustard as before I put the breadcrumbs on.
Doesn't it sound? I just love mustard. I didn't realize how much I loved it. I just love mustard.
We have a
You know,
mustard section.
did you use powdered mustard, or did you use like a Dijon type?
No, just use a prepared mustard, just whatever I grabbed out of the fridge. But I use powdered mustard as a thickener sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mustard is amazing.
I just discovered how good it. I mean, I love obviously egg salad sandwiches, but it's like I love mustard. I love it. Okay, so we have so much to talk about. Okay, so Krista, excuse me,
Krista,
and Artie. We had the Krug. That's not right. Dr-
they did
What
chestnut coated crispy chicken with a chestnut puree or an
and a
orange bundt
schnitzel,
cake.
right? Where was I going with?
Um,
It said
I don't have
something
that down, but they might have.
something chicken schnitzel, and then they wrapped chestnuts in dredge.
Yeah. So
Okay,
basically, they took the chicken, pounded it out, made a schnitzel,
yeah,
coated it, fried it.
yeah, yeah. Because I was like that was a little confusing. And then obviously we had Chef Krista did the bunt cakes, which looked God, those look so good. What did you think about the way that those looked?
The dishes look gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it to see what they put on the bunch cake because she could have done like an orange glaze or something and made
She
it
did
more
it.
orangey.
I know that the judges said they didn't taste a lot of it. She did do a little bit of, I don't want to call it a dredge, that's not right. She did like a drizzle of something, but I
Mm.
don't remember what that thing was. But it
And
looked beautiful.
and chestnut's kind of a lighter flavor overall anyway, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to make it pound in there.
Yeah,
But
that's like a hard one. And then this is where it got crazy. Okay, so Chef and I say that, but I mean this was crazy. So we had Chef Antonia who did the fried chicken and the chestnut gravy, and then Chef ICAG started with it was going to be an ice cream sandwich. Uh-uh, uh-uh. She messed up, guys. It turned into butter, and so she had to pivot and then make the orange sherbet. When that happened, what was your first reaction?
oh my God.
It looked
But I
like
mean,
butter. Yeah,
yeah, but it goes back to showing in a
yeah,
competition, things go wrong.
yeah.
And the fact that she could pivot that quickly and have it
Quickly.
turn out was amazing.
And it looked good. Like that orange
Hmm.
sherbet looked amazing. I mean, I'm not a big ice cream person, but I would have that orange sherbet. That looked really good. But I mean, yeah, for her to pivot like that, I also thought it was kind of funny that she goes, she wanted to do exactly what you think it'd be. So she did toast the bread. I thought that was really funny. She's like, of course I'm gonna use a toaster for toast. I thought that was That just made me smile. And then she rolled them in caramel, which looked really, really good. Just looked so good. And then they did do a whole chicken. Krista and Artie did a whole chicken. I underlined whole chicken. But then I don't
Um,
remember that as their final dish. So why did I do that?
I needed to go back and rewatch the end of that because I was watching it on my break today.
Yeah,
I did notice one thing though that
yeah,
Artie and Krista, their pepper, the judges said they need more pepper, and it
yeah.
felt to me like they were going more chili pepper, not pepper corn pepper. And to
Were
me,
they
if
the
I hear
ones that did the? I didn't mean to interrupt. The pink. Oh, wait, they're doing the Korean Lepo pepper and black pepper. Was that them or was that Chef Antonia? I think it was
not
Chef
sure, but that
Antonia.
sounds more like something that Antoni would go with
Yeah,
because Aleppo is pretty cool to use.
yeah.
But I
But
would
no, I
go.
think they had trouble with the pepper. I think that was their one kind of downfall.
See, I think what she should have done. I
Yeah,
gotta rewatch, but I would have used more pink peppercorn with just like a smidge of white pepper in there, just
yeah,
to kind of kick it up a little.
yeah. Well, did you hear when Chef Justin goes pink peppercorn? Like Pink Pony Club. I thought that was so funny.
So it is.
Hey,
Pink
Kari!
peppercorn is
Oh
not
my God.
actually a
First of all,
peppercorn.
hi, Clarissa, my makeup artist, and Kari, obviously from Worst Cooks in America. Hello, how are you doing, Mr. Runner-Up, Mr. Kick Butt? We're so proud of you. So proud of you, Kari. But yeah, the pink peppercorn, I don't think I've ever had pink peppercorn, and now I want it. It just sounds like it's so good.
It's good. I've
Yeah.
done pink peppercorn caramel before that came out really nice.
Ooh, that sounds good. By the way, if you ever need a makeup artist, use Clarissa. She's the best. Just saying. Just saying. She did my hair and makeup for the Hollywood Halloween Hotness, and I got so many compliments. She is amazing. So just have to toot her horn there. Okay, let's see here. And then okay, the Southern Treat. I had so many notes on this. I'm sorry, guys. My notes are just crazy, but the Southern Treat, I believe, moist cake. Oh, this would have been for Chef Krista and Chef Arthi. Because I said moist cake, but there wasn't enough peppery and there wasn't enough orange.
Yeah.
And Kari, of course, we loved supporting you. You were so much fun in Worst Cooks this season. I am so proud, and I'm so proud that you are a member of the Rock and Red Stars for life, babe. Okay, so that was actually really surprising that there wasn't enough flavor in that.
You know what
But
she
then,
should have done? She used some orange liqueur and dumped a little splashy in there to
do
bump
you
up the
think that
orange
that really would
flavor.
have brought out the flavor?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then, what did you think about the way that Chef Antonia and Chef Alex were judged?
Um,
I can't
I
read my
don't
note
know.
order, to be
I
honest.
still think it's first round jitters. I think back to
Yeah.
when I was in high school and whoever went on first, it was
Yeah.
the hardest because
Yeah.
they couldn't score everybody really high at the beginning
Yeah.
because you have to leave some wiggle room. So, I mean, they went on third from what we
Yeah.
saw, but it's still the first round. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I thought they did a better, the score difference should have been more
I
than
didn't know
half a
they were allowed
point.
to do half points. That was new
That's
to me.
something that, well, they average it, so it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. To do a half point from averaging, would you have to do like a 5.5, or would it just be, I guess,
I know,
divided?
Guy, we want to see what the full breakdown is.
We want to see the full breakdown.
I want to see the full
We
breakdown.
also, did you see Chef Justin's notes?
No, I have to go back and look.
Okay, so obviously one of the things that I watched the most. Oh wait, first of all, so they tied. It was crazy. We're going to come back to in a second. When I was looking at Chef Justin's notes, he had his remember his four sticky notes, which he explained what those are. But he had a fifth one in the center this time, and then I was just completely confused because I know he did the four, and then he had one in the center. So I'm gonna have to write Chef Justin and ask, what is going on with your notes?
Well, post it on the comments of this so everybody can see what the fifth note is for.
I want to know what it was for because we were used to the four. That's the time he had last time,
Right.
but there was like just a center one. I believe it was blue.
And
I
I
don't.
miss
I'm just
Simon.
gonna. Huh?
I miss Simon.
So we didn't have obviously the judges, the round table afterwards. Do you think that's
Mm-mm.
something that we're gonna get later in the season,
I
or
hope so. I know he was, well, I don't know then, but I know now he's
yeah,
popping around doing things. But
yeah,
no, I like the after talks because we
yeah,
get a little bit more insight what the judges were seeing, tasting,
yeah,
whatever. Because we know that when they're covering the dishes, they only have a certain amount of time. So
Yeah.
I like the insights. So
Well, and the inside. Okay, so really quick. So we when we saw them win, like obviously, what I loved is you could tell it was like that tinge of sadness from Chris and Arlie, and then it was literally like we just came between the half point of taking down them,
yeah,
and they just walked out like, wait, this feels like winning, and to me, it felt like
yeah.
winning for them.
Well, because Alex lost in round one a couple times ago, so
Oh, I
I
didn't.
have to go back and look at the wiki,
Yeah.
but yeah, she lost in the first round one year.
So crazy to me. You never, I mean, again, you always call it, but the TOC, the randomizer is a great equalizer. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we had Tiffany Faze on. Like, I love watching her because she can sell a dish, man. If you, I,
It's all about the spin.
she is really good at it, and Justin obviously is someone we've loved for years. So what do we expect from TOC? So obviously, I don't know if we have that judges corner. Hunter Fieri, who by the way just got married. I watched all this stuff. It looked great. On Instagram, not in real life. But it looked wonderful. I think he married an Allison because everyone's married to Allisons. Anthony, Jet. It might have been Hunter. I think he's married to an Allie or an Allison. I don't know. But so he just got married. I loved seeing him behind the scenes. I feel that he's really come into his own. He seemed so natural. He really knew his angles this time. I think that was wonderful. Did you like to see Hunter coming back in?
Oh, I expect him to. I mean, he's kind of the rising up. So when Dad
Yeah.
decides to take a break for a little bit, he's already got somebody trained.
But what I like is it's like I never think of them as the same person. I think if they had too much of the same personality, it would be like, oh,
Well, I
they
mean,
definitely,
they're different, but it's still
yeah,
keeping it one in the family. But two,
yeah,
Hunter does have a fresher take from the younger generation on
yeah,
whether it's a taste, a technique, how it's presented.
yeah,
So it's nice hearing again the different layers, and that's what I like about Food Network overall
yeah,
is you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that from all the different styles. Kind of like barbecue brawl, it's the same thing. You
yeah,
get Kyle, you get Arthi, you get a
yeah.
lot, and you can learn from watching them do these things. And also, um, I don't like it when they mess up, but it's reassuring as a home cook to go, oh, the pros even do this too sometimes.
Yeah, again, I would never make fun of anyone, but seeing an Iron Chef mess up an ice cream,
Yeah,
just to me, we always say like chefs are real people, and obviously they're all real people. But I think you're absolutely right. As a home chef, it just kind of makes me feel better that like when I burn my dinner, it's like, oh, even they burn a dinner sometimes, or even they get a recipe wrong. So
it's how you save the dish
yeah,
is what matters.
yes. Well, okay, so we have 4 more minutes. I'm going to be stick to that 8:30. But Michelle, so what else do you want to see from the season? I think the competition is just going to be up, up, up. I don't know.
Oh, it's yeah. I think tonight is going to be a huge one. The Voltagios are going to be, I think, the main team to watch tonight.
Okay.
There's some other good ones too, but
Yeah.
man, this season it's pretty and it's going to be intense. I think all the way through.
Do you feel like is there an item, whether it's a kitchen utensil or kitchen equipment or a wild card dish that you really want to see that you haven't seen? I want to see the
Um,
salamander again. Now that I know what that is, I
Ebel
like you
Skeever
said,
pan would be good.
which one?
An Ebel Skeever pan would be good.
Yes.
Trying to think of what weird things I've have or have seen. Well, Ebel Skeever takoyaki, kind of the same
What
thing.
what? I don't know that last
The
one.
like an Ebel, it's like a
Yeah,
Ebel
I know
Skeever
that one,
pan.
but it was a
Yeah, it's a
taxa.
takoyaki pan. This makes like the little octopus balls. Same basic concept.
Oh,
Um,
that sounds
I
really
don't know,
fun.
maybe the one where they make like the little fish waffles and have to stuff it.
I
That would
think
be
that could be
fun.
really fun. That could be really. I would like to see the salamander just because I'm a real big fan of that. I like seeing the
Licorice.
nitrous oxide. That's not right. That's nitrous oxide. Is that the right word?
Oh, the foamer.
The foamer would be good. No, I like. What was the one that he did? Nitrogen oxide,
Liquid nitrogen.
liquid nitrogen. I liked that. I was like, that's not right. I'm not calling it the right thing. The foamer would be really interesting. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm struggling right now with fish and trying to find things to pair with fish. So I really want to see some whole fish. Like, I think that would be really interesting. I'm in a fish mood, so I think fish would be fun. But
Orzo would be good
ooh,
ingredient. Tabbouleh would be good.
That is one of my favorite things to eat at Pasha, where I had okay, I know it's 2 seconds. I had lunch with sorry, Corey. I had lunch with Todd, who is the winner of Worst Cooks this last season. We went to I know he's the coolest. I that man, he is so wonderful. I think we had lunch for like 3 hours. But we ate at Pasha, which is my favorite Mediterranean place in San Antonio. It was so funny because his wife had actually recommended that we eat there. And I was like, this is my favorite place. But tabbouleh is one of the things that I have on every single one of my dishes there. I love it.
I think curry, saffron,
Yeah.
pink. Oh, pink blueberries would be good.
Pink what?
Pink blueberries
Is that a thing?
or finger limes.
Those are things that I did not know existed, but I think that would be really interesting. I didn't know there's a thing called pink blueberries. Is there like a literal,
Yeah,
is
the
it just
state.
a pink blueberry?
Sorry, I think I got a cold from my student assistant. So
Oh
you
no,
need
it's
the food
okay.
lover's companion.
Okay.
That would be, I mean, that you can look up a
Food
lot
lovers.
of different things. I have one at home and one at work just for that reason.
Well, and
Because
I always appreciate every time we do this, I do really want to know like what recipe book should I be? And you always have such great suggestions. So I'm so thankful for that. And yeah, I think I can't wait. I'm gonna go turn it on. I'm gonna turn on the I know what's going on right now and I'm so nervous. I can't wait to watch. But we will see you again. We'll ask Bucko again for his opinions next week. Just do a really quick sum up because I'm dying to hear how he thought about Chef Sherry. But we will see you next week. Bye, Michelle.
bye.
Bye, guys.